Okay, welcome grade 7s. I just wanted to go over our isolation and solving algebra for all 4 operations, and then I will post this to the wiki site so that you guys can see it if you're not around during class time. Alright, so solving with addition right now, you can see this in the example used in class on Monday. We had x minus 4 equals 8, and what I ended up doing was adding 4 to each side to try and get the x by itself. It's isolation is the technique that's used. When I add 4 to this side, it's going to cause the other side to cancel out. So 8 plus 4 then is 12, x equals 12. If I'm to do it with graphics or algebra tiles, you'll see that I've got my negative 4 here, red squares, and I've got my positive 8 over here. I'm going to add positive 4, which will cause each one of these to neutralize, leaving the x by itself, and a total of 12 positives on this side. So x equals 12 with algebra tiles as well. Moving to the next frame. Subtraction, same idea again. Basically what I'm doing is I'm taking n plus 6 equals 11. I'm getting rid of the positive 6 by applying a negative 6. And when I do that, it's going to cancel it out. And then I do the exact same thing to the other side. This is an equal sign, so it must be identical on both sides to what I do. And then we have 11 take away 6, so n is equal to 5 in isolation. Another question over here. I will do one for you really quickly. Let's just put on here, let's use the letter A, and let's suggest that it's A plus 5 equals 14, in which case, to get rid of A by itself, I'm going to have to use a negative 5. That will cancel out. Whatever I do to one side, I must do the exact same thing to the other side, and I'm left with 9 over here, so A is equal to 9. If I ever want to check and see if I got it right, I substitute the 9 back into the question. 9 plus 5 equals 14, then I've got it correct. Moving on, multiplication. So the original question here was m over 3 equals 7. And what I ended up having to do is to get rid of the divide by 3, I put a multiplied by 3 up here in brackets. Those two are going to cancel each other out. And whatever I do to one side, I do the exact same thing to the other side. Then I'm left with m by itself, and 7 times 3 is 21 for a total. There's another example question number you can see here where I've done multiply by 4 on both sides. Last operation is division. The original question here now was 3a equals 12. And I had to divide the 3 off, so I divided 3 off this side, and whatever I do to one side, I do it to the other. So that's where this came into play. That canceled that out. Do it to the exact same thing to the other side, and those cancel. A is left by itself. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Example question over there. All right, so that I believe is all the slides I have. Let's see if we had one more here. Looks like we maybe did. Okay, so we got into some grade 8 algebra yet. We're a little ahead of the game there. We'll get into two-step algebra as we go along. But for right now, that does walk you through the steps.